Morning. Today we are going to be solving a problem that we've been having here on the farm for a while. Behind me is a 40-foot shipping container, also known as a Conex. And in North Carolina, you get a lot of sun a lot of the time, and it gets really hot. So today's about 95 degrees. And what happens is when the sun gets to its highest, the container is like a Dutch oven. Very, very hot. The hay and the feed that we have inside it becomes too dry. It becomes the wrong consistency for the horses to enjoy. And can get stuck, you know, going down and the rest of it, so it could cause these problems. So what we're doing today is investigating different ways to cool the Conex. So usually the hottest part of the day is in the afternoon. Strongest sun is just after it goes overhead. So the afternoon side of the container we're going to paint a lighter colour, because obviously you can see it's blue, which absorbs a hell of a lot of heat. Then I'm going to paint the roof with a reflective roof coating, and then I'm going to fit vents, which means cutting holes into the side of the container, just small holes about 8 inches high into the container, and there will be 2 at the bottom on the cooler side, so it draws in cold air, and then 2 at the top on the sun side, where the air will be evacuated from the container. So hopefully we'll end up with a flow of air going from, as you guys can see it, bottom right to top left. You're gonna do it, you might as well do it properly. Okay, we're on top of the roof, on the container, and I have an elastic polymer roof seal that I'm going to put up here. It's going to be white, so it will reflect majority of the heat, hopefully reduce the container temperature by at least 5 or 6 degrees. And as long as the bugs stay off the roof, I should be okay. So camera's probably going to overheat and cut out, but I'll try and sew everything together so you can see what I'm doing. See you in a bit. I want to get this done as quickly as possible, so what I'm thinking about doing is going over it once with the roller, just to take the edge off the blue paint and the rust, and then going over it with the spray afterwards, filling in any of the gaps there might be. But this is getting the job done. So after a long hot day, we've finally finished painting the final side of the container. I'm hoping that this will drop the temperature inside by at least 10 degrees, because obviously if you've got a darker coloured container, then that's going to be absorbing much more heat from the sun than a lighter one. Is basic physics. So what we're going to do next is we'll be putting some vents on both sides of the container, one on the morning side and one on the afternoon side. The morning side, typically in the afternoon, will become the coolest as the sun goes that way. So there'll be 2 vents at the bottom drawing in cooler air, and then on the other side there'll be 2 more vents that are letting the hot air rise inside and escape through those 2 vents. Typically you aim to, if you're going to do 4 vents total on the container, you aim to put 2 vents on each side about 10 feet in from the ends of the container. So we're coming to the end of the day now, so I'll probably tackle the vents tomorrow. This entire process has taken me about a week so far, so various interruptions along the way. So let me just go inside quickly and check the temperature on the thermometer to see whether the average temperatures come down. So we were at 98 degrees Fahrenheit, and as you can see we're at about 87 now, which is a great initial drop actually. So yeah, hopefully we'll be getting at least 5 or 10 degrees more off that once we've put the vents in. I'll just put that back in there to monitor as we go. Now obviously inside the container we've got all the horse feed and the hay, so when we start this operation tomorrow to put the vents on, I've obviously got to make sure that all the combustible material on the inside is out the way, because you can either use a reciprocating saw, a jigsaw, or what I'm probably gonna do for the initial cuts is use the angle grinder to get straight in there and get straight through the sheet metal. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so this is one of the final parts of cooling the container. It's taken a long time to get the paint the way I want it. Now what we're going to do is fit these louvered vents to the corrugations on the side of the container. I'm typically going about 7 or 8 feet in, and this is the 7th corrugated raised section, and the vent just literally fits over the corrugation. I'm going to do one on the other end as well. This is the morning side, so this is the coolest side of the container. Obviously things get much hotter in the afternoon on the other side, so the cold air is going to come in here, or the cooler air is going to come in here, and it will go diagonally up to the top edge on the opposite side where the hotter air will exit. And this could be the final element to this project. With the paint, we've already dropped a good 10, maybe on some days even 15 degrees inside, just from putting the paint on and the reflective paint coating, roof sealant on the top. So we'll put vents, need 4 of these, and these are from a company called Convents. It's CON-VENTS. They're in California, and yeah, very simple kit, very easy to put on. You just put it over the corrugated part of the container wall, and mark out the holes where you're going to drill, and take it from there. So I'll show you how it's fitted. So once you marked up the 6 holes, 1/4 inch drill bit, and go straight through the centre of each one of the holes. Okay, so that's all done. Just be careful on these bits because obviously you've got sharp edges, and once you've cut the final hole to put the vent over, that's going to have sharp edges too as well. So I'm just going to get a metal file and round off the edges before I start fitting anything. Put that in there. One thing I will remind you to do is, if you're going to do this, make sure any combustible material like hay is cleared away from the other side of the wall, because sparks are going to fly. All right, let's give it a whirl. Oh yeah, safety first, goggles. I'm using an old pair of glasses, so yeah, protect your eyes. Okay, so we got most of it done. Just filing off the remnants and the sharp edges. So that's that one. And you want to get a round file. Just take off some of the edges off the screw holes. Very lightly so you don't make them any bigger. Just take the swarf off the holes. Clean up around the edges. Remember to brush on the inside, because if you've got hay, then that swarf is possibly going to make its way into a horse's mouth, which would be bad. Okay, so you just want to get some primer. I'm just using Rust-Oleum primer. It's close match to the inside, but just go gently over the outside, just to cover any edges. That should do. Now we're going to seal the outside of the vent. So with this, you put it around the top, around the screw holes, down the side, but nothing at the bottom. Because obviously the water's, any water that does get in has to run out the bottom. So that's what we're doing. Just got to get the screws. I'll pick this up carefully. I think I'll go with the top two first. Might need a bit of waggling to get in, but present it up. And don't worry about any sealant that decides to hang around. That'll always come off later. And there we go, that's in. So let's start on this one. I want to put the washer on the inside and then the nut, and then move over to the other side when it's finger tight. And then the other side. Keep going until it's done. What a day. So I don't mind telling you, it's taken quite a few changes of shirts and a number of days to get this finished, but finally it's done. So we're on the east side of the container now, so you can see that the vents are in at the bottom. One up here, one down down the other end. If it continues to be hot inside, then I'll put another vent in the middle, and I also have a solar roof vent. I'm a bit concerned about leaks getting into the roof and onto the hay, so I'll take that under consideration. And then round the other side, there's another two vents at the top, so the cold air comes in on this side and then goes up diagonally through to the vents on the other side on the top of the wall, and hopefully takes all the hot air with it. So this has been a pretty mammoth project. I'm already seeing a difference inside of about 5 degrees, and it's around about 3 o'clock now. In the afternoon, so the sun's still pretty high, so we'll see over the course of the next few days, and obviously if I need to fit more vents, I'll take you guys with me. So thanks for hanging in there. It's actually been an enjoyable project, it has. If there wasn't life and weather that got in the way of getting it done sooner rather than later, but hopefully the future projects will go somewhat faster. And while I have you here, let me just show you something else. So this is the continuation of the 4-rail fence build, and I think it's working out quite well. We've managed to move the horses in, and yeah, I think we're getting there. Don't know. What do you guys think? So these two now have pasture all to themselves, and a run-in at the top that you quite often see at the tail end of the videos, and we've got quite a substantial way with the 4-rail fence. Hello mate, this is Vinnie, everyone. Say hello, Vinnie. There you go. So look, thank you very much for watching. Thanks for sticking with me through thick and thin. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.